Each of them will probably say a few words themselves, and then I'll hand it over to you all. All right. Hi, nice to see you all. My name is Brandy Murphy. I am a current student. I'm in the Food Security and Sustainability concentration. I am currently the Covered Elk Fellow at our college, which means that I served in the Peace Corps and came back and was accepted for a fellowship. And right, so food, I served in the Peace Corps in Zambia, working on food security issues there from 2016 to 2018. So I've dedicated a lot of my focus to that. I did my undergrad at USF St. Petersburg campus in environmental science. In Floridian.
Hello, my name is Savannah Bennett. I'm also a native Floridian. I did my undergrad here at USF in communication, and I'm in the food security and food sustainability and security concentration as well. Currently, I'm working with Tampa Bay Farm to School, doing some pollinator gardens at the Boys and Girls Club in Temple Terrace. So that's fun.
Hey there! Whoa! Yeah, this is on. I talk loud. My name is Cherry, and while I was a student here, my focuses were in sustainable tourism, entrepreneurship, the food, energy, water nexus, and have been real busy with that since I graduated, building biodigesters, aquaponic systems, hydroponic systems, eco-urban farms, growing microgreens and mushrooms. We'll be going to Uganda this October. We'll be doing the same there. So I had a real interest in the humanitarian potential that this degree would have, and I've really enjoyed the opportunity that I had to learn here, professors that invested in my life, the things that I learned were really able to take the things that I was already doing and to catapult them into a new direction. Any questions out there?
Was it hard to choose a concentration?
For me, yes. For me, yes, for sure. Because I was interested in all of them. Right? So I tried to pick something that I felt was going to be, based on my bachelor's degree, what was going to kind of help push me in further into the direction that I wanted to go. So maybe that's something to think about. I also kind of looked for the ones that are a little more hands-on. So that was my preference, to find those kind of opportunities. What about you, ladies?
I'll say, yeah, it was really hard to pick one, but you also still have the opportunity to get a certificate as well. So if you are kind of stuck between two, you can do your concentration in one and get a certificate in the other. And then you can also take electives either way. Maybe start with something that you're not sure, like maybe you want to do that one, and then you'll figure out like which way you're more inclined.
Yeah, that's definitely the beauty of getting into your master's work or second degree work, is that you have the opportunity to sort of discover what it is that you're passionate about and then really dive deep into it, right? And the interdisciplinary nature of our program too allows for a lot of diversity and creating, you know, your interest and thesis out of that. And like I said, the certificate option, I've been able to take other disciplines, and I've learned a lot from, let's say, the tourism side of things that I had no idea fed into resource management and, you know, things you don't think about. So it's been really fulfilling to dive into a number of different concentrations.
And remember, you have until the end of the first semester to either choose or even change your concentration. Okay, so you have a semester to explore. You can just come here as a general, you don't need to, or pick something that is close. And then if you change your mind, you have at the end of the first semester to make a change. So don't panic.
More questions?
You guys have like, just like you just mentioned, you guys have like, oh sorry, like volunteer stuff that people, potential students like us, you know, we're trying to figure out where we want to go because there's so much good options. Like, do you guys have like volunteer work to help potential students just, you know, get their experience and you know, expand their learning and knowledge?
Yeah, and there are plenty of opportunities to engage with the community in our program. All of our professors are doing each very cool work, and I know that these two have personal experience with some community organizations that they can speak on.
There's definitely a lot in the area. I think on the Patel website there's some information about different organizations that say talk about internships, but you can always reach out to anyone and say, right, do you have any room for volunteers? I work with Tampa Bay Farm to School, and we do volunteers. We'll take volunteers for anything, as long as you just reach out and contact someone. Pretty much anything you're interested in, and a lot of professors will definitely be happy to have your help on any of their projects.
Yeah, the Farm to School is a really cool opportunity. There's also the Rosebud Continuum, which is a research center that was developed by Patel students. You can learn about reclamation ecology, syntropic agroforestry, horticulture, aquaponics, hydroponics, biodigesters and converting food waste to food and fertilizer. A great place to do research, to maybe even have an internship or do your capstone project. There's always professors in and out of there to interact with. And then if you're looking for more of the business-minded side of an internship or volunteer project, we have Fat Beet Farm, which is a farm-to-table concept here in the Tampa Bay area. A farm that offers some of the similar things that we've researched and proven at Rosebud. They've incorporated it into their business model. Out there capturing sunlight, heating hot water, heating biodigesters, using the slurry to fertilize a otherwise saltwater and treated farm. Showing the diversity between nutrient film technique type hydroponics versus deep water culture. The mushroom cave that they're building in an insulated container. Really cool ideas that we've proven at one location, and now they're put into a business concept at another, and actually putting the food and the things that they produce into their restaurants at Noble Crust restaurants around town. I know Dr. Filippidis also has some projects that he works on with converting algae to energy and things like that. So there are some really cool opportunities that students can get involved in.
On the roadside continuum that you mentioned, is that a physical site? Is it open to the public?
It's a physical site open to the public. We prefer you let us know when you're coming so that somebody can show you around. But it's a 20-acre piece of property. It has a wetland management area. Let me give you an example. If you were in tourism and you wanted to maybe do a capstone project there, you could help us create our kayak tour around the lake as a part of the eco tour that's already there. It's a walking path through what used to be invasive species, but now is native plants and wildflowers. And they've mitigated all that, they've reclaimed that land, and they're using it to show people what old Florida used to look like, and then also creating an agri-tour and eco-tour through that area, looking to maybe associate with the Florida Society of Ethical Ecotourism, and looking for students to help us do that. So that would be something for tourism, but if you wanted to do energy, you know, there's a wind turbine there, there's solar panels, there's biodigesters. If you were in food production, I mean, there are several food areas with the food forest, hydroponics, aquaponics, all of that.
What part of this specific program has prepared you the most for the real world for your career?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Oh, do you want me to?
Please say it.
It really does work. What part of the program has benefited you the most and prepared you the most for the real world, for career opportunities?
Well, the classes, of course, but through Patel, I was able to apply to a program in Chicago called the Summer Institute on Sustainability and Energy, and I got to basically go to Chicago for 2 weeks for free. I just had to pay for my airfare, and it was a program where we kind of worked with the community, but we also got to interact with a lot of sustainability professionals, not just from Chicago, but from around the country, and getting to see how people actually use sustainability in their real careers was super helpful to me to figure out what I wanted to do. So through that was really just what has kind of thrown me into getting ready to start my career in sustainability.
And as a student here, you're able to attend the National Association of Environmental Professional meetings for $5, and normally it's $25. And you're able to be a part of the Green Building Council and take the LEED certification, the LEED Green Associate, for only $100. So you get access to people in the community who are already in the business. If you avail yourself to show up at these places, you will be able to network and you will be able to find an opportunity.
It's actually 2 questions. The first one is with regard to your special project. Can you hear me back there? You need that? Can I yell on this thing like everyone else does?
I won't yell on this.
Regarding the special project, this is 2 questions. The first one is, when you get to your capstone, which is your project, do students tend to have a pretty good idea of what project they want to do? That's the first thing. Or do they stumble into it and then they fall in love with whatever they're doing? And the second thing is, what's the association between somebody completing a capstone project and actually going into that area professionally?
I'll say just one thing. Typically, you're going to choose a capstone project that's associated with the concentration that you choose. So if you are in the energy concentration, very likely you're going to choose a capstone project that has to do with energy, whether that's internationally or here domestically. So that would be either a research project or actually something where you are an intern actually involved in an energy project that's already existing, and you're learning and you're writing down, I should say journaling, that's what I'm looking for, that experience.
Yeah, those are great questions. So the capstone comes at the end, right? And in fact, there's a core class called Research Methods that introduces you to more technical procedures that would be associated with applied research. And then, of course, the internships. There are a lot of options based on when you work with our program coordinators, when you work with Kelly, to see what types of internships are available. You can definitely find something that you're interested in by the time you get to your last semester, making those connections with the professional associations that we have connections with through the college, using your professors. My capstone is somewhat based on a former colleague of my concentration directors, who I knew previously as well, but I'm going to be going down to Panama doing research with local indigenous community working on agroecology projects, which is largely what I've based most of my research papers on throughout my program. I've had the idea of what I'm passionate about and my background in the Peace Corps, and applied that toward topics of research, and sort of framing what it is I'm interested in, and then finally applying it. And possibly coming out of here, I'll have an opportunity to continue with the project in a matter of consulting, environmental consulting is a great career path for someone. That's one option we're looking at post-graduation.
Come on, guys, they pay us per question. I mean, questions.
So I'm Kelly, I'm the assistant director of the college. One of the programs that we do offer when you first come in as a first semester student is I invite all students to meet with our student development office. And this office connects you, as we've been speaking about this afternoon, with some of our community partners, as well as with various fellowships and scholarships that are available. So for instance, just using energy as an example, and with Dr. Philippides' students, they have the opportunities to do fellowships with the Department of Energy. So some of our top achieving students have received fellowships. They've worked with the Department of State, U.S. Department of State in the Climate Change Office. They've worked with the U.S. Department of Energy at one of their many energy research sites. We have climate change fellows. We have the Coverdell, which is Peace Corps fellows. So a lot of fellowships and scholarships that are open to the college. So one of my goals is to connect students based on your interest area with those opportunities, as well as with connecting you with our professional organizations here in Tampa, helping you take your sustainability certifications. We offer 2 of those here at the college right now, which the dean sponsors scholarships. So there's a lot of different opportunities. It's more important to stay engaged and utilize all the resources that we have, and that starts with connecting with our faculty and staff. We also have an internship coordinator, so her only job is to meet with all of our students. I recommend, beginning of your first semester, to start talking about what your interest areas are and what companies you might want to intern with. I'm also responsible for alum relations, so we have 384 alum for the Patel College, and so I work with alum as well. Now a lot of our alum are in corporations as sustainability directors, and when they have positions open, we're the first place that they come to say, hey, you know, we've got a job here, you know, please promote this to our alum. So especially in the Tampa Bay area, we have 60% of our alum that stay in Tampa. And so we have a lot of connections with our alum in this area, both for internships. They come back to us and say, hey, you know, my city needs an intern. So we connect that way. In fact, next week we'll have an internship expo. So a lot of our alum and corporate representatives will be here next week to meet with students and talk to them about internship opportunities. Thank you.
So perhaps you're out there and you're thinking about, you know, I need to make $1, but I want to make a difference. So I'm wanting to pursue some type of collegiate opportunity that's going to help me do both. And I think you've kind of landed at the right space for that, if that's what you're thinking about. If you're thinking about, you know, I really want to make a difference, but I need to make $1 too, you know, this is going to take you down that path. And if that's who you are, and that's what you're looking to do, then, you know, check out the various concentrations, because all of them are designed to kind of showcase what kind of contribution can you make in the world and make a living out of it, and enjoy doing that, and having, at the end of the day, to say, you know, I'm doing something I was passionate about, and it was fruitful. Any more questions?
Well, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
The biodigester and the biofilter set up outside of room 136. You're welcome to see the exhibits there. Thank you all.